These are the signs a narcissist or anyone is cheating on you, and I'm going to give you ways to prevent this. Now, no one's safe. People are just going to cheat on you no matter what if they feel like cheating on you. And especially in today's hookup instant gratification culture, people, especially narcissists, are going to want to cheat on you. And one of the first signs I saw was accusations. Now, in hindsight, I know now that it was them projecting because narcissists will, like everyone else, we have this unconscious guilt about things. You'll have these little slips of admission because you're guilty and it's weighing heavy on your conscience. Now, narcissists aren't really like that, but they still function fundamentally on the same principles that other people do, at least on a human level, right? They're still inside of a human body. And they're going to accuse you of the things they do. A lot of what narcissists do is very manipulative, and it's like a game to them. They're accusing you of the things they do because they're insecure and they're trying to see how you respond. They're trying to gauge how much abuse you're going to be willing to take, if you're okay with them cheating on you, or if you at least will forgive them easy. And they're also using it to try to get you to admit that maybe you're cheating on them or that maybe you have other people. Narcissists want to know if they're your main source of supply because if they are, they're going to use that to their advantage. They're going to hide their phone from you. And whenever you try to glance over, they're going to darken the screen, or they're just very secretive about their phone, and they're also going to disappear with their phone for long periods of time. And they're very likely in other relationships while they're with you right now. Their combination of abandonment anxiety, of self-fulfilling prophecy, knowing that people eventually are going to abandon them because they're going to figure them out, or at the very least they're not going to like who they are, and they're just going to abandon them. They know who they are, and they've repeated this pattern many times, so they presumptuously already dump you in their minds. They never really even were attached to you emotionally, but they know what's going to happen. So that's why they don't even invest. Even if they could invest, because of who they are, they rather just move on to someone else because it's easier. There's always going to be a lack of intimacy with a narcissist, and at the beginning they're going to love bomb you, and it's going to feel great, and you might feel like this is the perfect person for you, but they can't keep this up because it's a lie. It's just another of the many lies a narcissist is going to tell to you. But as soon as you stop feeling that lack of intimacy, the fake intimacy that the facade they're putting up for you, that's another sign. That's another sign that this relationship isn't real, first of all. And at this point, narcissists have a set pattern. Most of them operate the same way. And when they stop giving you intimacy, it's very likely that they're at the very least bored with you, and they are at the also very least starting to think of where's their next victim, where's their next source of whatever they need. Narcissists are very low level people. They know the type of people who will fall in love with them and even more so stay with them. They're broken in some way, right? Think about it. The narcissist isn't a great person. Why do you think they are out there all the time? If they had the ability to hold on to a valuable person, they would, because that's what they want. They, even if when they by miracle run into someone that has what they want, the money, the fame, the whatever, they can't hold on to them because the trauma they've been through, it's an unconscious process that they're going to parentify the person they're with. When you first meet them, people argue about this all the time. If they do love you, if they're not love you, they lie to themselves too, as much as they lie to you. They're trying to prop up this fake persona to hide all the shame and guilt that they have underneath. And that's because of what happened to them in their childhood. So when they meet you, they have to fantasize you because, honestly, guys, I was that person too. And even if you're an empathetic, good person, the fact that you get caught up in these relationships, we have there's something in our personality, something in our life. We might just be at a low point, right? We might have just broken up with another abuser and we're vulnerable. Whatever it may be, the cause, there's something wrong with us on some kind of psychological, mental level. And yes, but sometimes we're just, I don't want to, it's gullibility, but we're just too nice. Some people really are too good for this world. And when you run into someone this vicious, they're gonna step all over you. And sometimes, you just are legitimately too trusting person, right? There's still those kind of people, right? Those small town country people who, like, I've met people like that who come. I live somewhere in LA, and they come to LA, and they just get eaten alive because they're used to like this southern hospitality kind of thing. If you know anything about just small town people, are just because there's not so many, you're not in this big city fighting for all these resources and whatever, fighting for fame and money like people do in LA. People are just nicer, right? It's a small town mentality, and those people get taken advantage of even though there's nothing necessarily wrong with them. But the hard truth is, a lot of us just have some kind of codependency issue. We have something going on that we have to resolve, and it's honestly, it's not the end of the world. Like, meeting the narcissist was, in some weird way, one of the best things that ever happened to me. As crazy as that sounds, is all the, like, the traumatic things that happened. I'm not trying to diminish anybody's suffering and pain, and trust me, one day I'm going to tell you guys my story, and you'll see that it was no walk in the park. I met a pretty ruthless narcissist, and I was naive. I really wanted to, like, love this person because the reasons I'll tell in the future. But at some points, I have been through so much that I would literally look at myself in the mirror, and I didn't recognize myself anymore. And to this day, I don't honestly believe I'm the same person anymore. But I say it's good karma because I learned, I've read hundreds, if not over 1,000 books on the human mind, just how the human body works, because I've been around narcissists my entire life, and I had to fix my own brain. That's why I make these kind of videos, because I've overcome all sorts of trauma and BS, and it's really sad when I see people just be stuck in these patterns of being traumatized for, like, forever, sometimes their whole lives. And I was able to get over the narcissist pretty quickly because I have all these, like, tools and techniques in my head that I've learned over being alive and going through so many terrible things. Because of what I went through, I developed a healthy awareness and a healthy boundaries. And that's when you let people disrespect you, when you let people treat you poorly, the cheating is inevitable. They think they got you where they want you, and now they think they either can get away with it, or that even if you catch them, you're gonna stay. Because a big part of why we stay with narcissists is a lack of self-love, a lack of thinking we can't get somebody better, and having that sort of thinking. I've even seen people with low self-esteem stay with narcissists and just accept the cheating because they're stuck. They're stuck in this trauma bond, this soul tie. The more aware you get of your own mind and the way it works and the way narcissist mind works, you'll start to get more and more emotionally healthy. And that's how you really prevent cheating. Once you are emotionally healthy, once you're sure of what you want, and you have healthy boundaries and general, like, love just for yourself, you're gonna stop accepting bad behavior, and you're not gonna get cheated on, because the first signs of disrespect or whatever, you're gonna either talk to your partner, and if they're not willing to change, you're gonna break up with them, because you're not gonna tolerate that level of disrespect and not getting what you want in a relationship, and they won't even have a chance to cheat on you.